I think probably situation. Want to be happy. I want to win. But it's something that, me and my agent, we have yet to talk about. But I know I want to win, and it's important to me.
So how are you coping the day after what happened yesterday?
It's one of those things where, you're still not used to the season being over because you still have to wake up and come in the arena. And then tomorrow, we don't have to come in the arena. So you'll get used to that not coming in. But, it was a good season for us. Could have been better. I would still like to be playing right now. But unfortunately, we're not playing tomorrow.
Matthew in the back.
Kyle, what's it going to take to convince you that this is the right kind of winning situation for you then?
It's not really, convincing. It's just one of those things where, I have to, sit down and look at everything, weigh the options, and do what's best for myself and my family. But it's still too early. I'm still, Game 7 mode and, still early for me to think about those things.
Kyle, a year ago, you after the season, you told us that you expected more from yourself. How does the feeling here sitting in front of us today after your accomplishments this season differ? I
still expect more from myself. I did enough this year to get us to the first round of Game 7 in the playoffs. But I feel like I can do more as an individual. I feel like I can do a lot more.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Your relationship with Coach Casey, how much are you hoping for him to return next season?
I think he'll be back. I think it's as simple as that. Matter of fact, I'm sure he'll be back.
Kyle, I know that it's now gotten into a business process, but the fans that were out there yesterday desperately want you back. What would you say to them about what's going to go through your mind in the next few weeks?
I appreciate the fans, man, what they've done this year for us, and even them cheering us off the floor yesterday was an amazing thing. Them being outside of Maple Leaf Square was awesome. It is just the fan base is unbelievable, and we just let them know. I want to let them know how much I appreciate them, and I know the team appreciates them.
Any other questions? Steve?
How many times, if any, have you watched the last 6 seconds and your thoughts a day later?
I watched a few times. Just wish it was just happening so fast, and I think the spacing could have been better. I think the play was designed it on one side, but the ball couldn't go on that side. So a lot of different things didn't go right, but I still wish I would have just got the shot off a little bit cleaner.
Kyle, Mike Grangeman, Sportsnet. When you talk about a situation, what variables would you take into account regarding a situation? And as regards to this situation, what would you like to see different in terms of lineup, roster, additions?
Situation just on winning. The way the culture is around the team. And this culture around here is unbelievable. From top to bottom. I think my job is not to build a team. My job is to play. So, Masai will do a great job. I'm sure of it, and he'll do the things it needs to take to get the team to the next level.
So is there anything about this situation in the city, this market, would make you want to leave, or is it going to be?
I love this place. I love the situation. As simple as that.
You talked a lot about, the team and how it's all gelling together. You guys have really come together as a team. That's pretty clear by how successful you guys were this season. And I know at the same time you guys have a lot of young kids on the team. Has that sort of bonded you guys further as a team and helped?
Yeah, I think they've, we got young guys and we got a few older guys, and we have a mixture of guys that you got the young guys are hilarious, and then you got the older guys just laugh at the young guys because of the things they say. All they care about, they want to, mess around and play one-on-one and joke all day. So it's a good mixture. It's a great mixture, actually. I said it yesterday, the best 15 or 14 other guys I've had in the locker room in my career.
Kyle, from your estimate, how did you think you grew as a person, as a player, both on and off the floor this year?
I think from my estimate, I've grown a lot, but I can grow a lot more on and off the court. just becoming more of a man, more of an understanding of life, and understanding that, you know, everything's not going to be perfect, but the things that aren't going right, you can fix it and try to tweak it to make it go a little bit better.
Kyle, over the last few years, we've seen Amar and DeMar really embrace the city over the summer. Have you any plans to be around Toronto this summer to be out with those guys?
You know, I mean, I'm gonna be a free agent, so I mean, that's one of the things I don't know my agent's gonna tell me to do or, you know, enlighten me to do. But I know I will be back a few times, you know, because, you know, Masai invited me to come do something, you know, up here, and I'm excited about doing that. But yeah, the city's awesome. You know, the weather is starting to change. You know, boats are on the lake. I can see. It's starting to be nice. You can walk outside. So, you know, I'm look forward to coming up here for a couple of days in the summer.
Kyle, do you see yourself coming back next season, or do you see yourself, for now, weighing all of your options?
I can see. Of course, I can see myself back. I mean, we just went to Game 7 the first round, and nobody expected us to be there. So, of course, I could see that. But those things are on my mind. But, you know, I haven't really gotten to deep process of thought yet. I mean, that's still 2 months away. I still got a long way to go, and I got a lot of thinking and talking to do.
Yes, in the back, Phil. Go ahead.
Me?
Okay. Yes.
Can you just take us through those last 8 seconds for you? What was going?
6.2.
6.2. Well, there's a couple of seconds. Take us through those last 6 seconds. What was going through your mind as that was happening?
Score the ball. However it take, get the ball, get open first of all, and score the ball. It felt like the longest 6.2 seconds of my life, but the fastest 6.2 seconds ever. You know, it's really one of those things that's really difficult to explain and to really put out there. But really, your job is to put the ball in the hole, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I planned on doing, and just didn't go as planned.
Was there one, as you looked at it multiple times, was there one option you passed up that maybe you regret or anything
Nope,
like that?
no regrets. Just say I'm gonna get my shot blocked.
Gahal, go ahead.
Kyle, there's the perception around the league that Masai wanted to change, rightly or wrongly, that people don't want to come to Toronto for a variety of reasons. Taxes, weather, you address that. Do you think that's changing?
I think if you build a winning franchise, you know, a lot of people, you know, it's a little bit different when you win. All those things, tax, all that stuff, you know, it doesn't, you know, it matters. But at the same time, if you're winning, you know, it's cool. You can figure it out. You'll be okay.
Ryan,
Kyle, did you have your exit interview already?
Yeah.
What did Dwayne or Masai say to you?
We had our coaches interview. I can't even remember. That was in April 18th. So, you know, me and Coach, you know, we talked, and the exit meeting with Masai was great. You know, it was very positive, upbeat, very positive, great, fun, you know, interactive meeting.
What do you plan to say to your teammates today before you guys take off?
I already said, you know, I said what I said to had to say to my teammates yesterday. And, you know, like I said, this team, you know, I'll be able to text JV, Grievous, DeMar, Chuck, whenever I want. And because we're so close, you know, I will text those guys and stay in touch because we actually get along.
Arash.
Kyle, you said that you haven't gone through that deep process of thought about what your future is. What are going to be some of those bullet points that are going to factor into what you want to do?
You know, one, winning, you know, family, situation, just how can I grow as a player, as a man, you know, organization, franchise, all those things, you know, that's just off the top of my head, you know, without even thinking.
Kyle, you just mentioned a bunch of things, and as part of a process, and you don't want to say too much today, understandably, but when you talk individually about each of those things, you seem incredibly happy in this situation. Now, how difficult is this to play both games? You know what I mean?
It's very difficult, but at the end of the day, you know, it's still a business, and you have to be a businessman and for the situation that you're in. But, you know, I am very happy. This has been one of the best seasons I've had, you know, through and through. Best, you know, coaches, teammates, you know, upstairs, you know, it's been great. So I am happy. That's not a doubt. Without a doubt, I could say I'm happy.
I know it's quick to look back, but after the trade happened, what do you think it was that allowed this group to bond as quickly as it did? You know, you've been in different situations. You say this locker room is the closest one you've had. What made that happen?
We got good guys, man. We got a bunch of great guys, and we knew if we lost, it was gonna get blown up. I mean, that's just the fact that, you know, once we made the trade, if we would have lost a little bit more, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today, just being honest. And I think we all knew that as a team and as a group, and we all was like, look, we got a chance to do something. You know, even where we were 6-12, we were, I don't know, whatever place we were in, it wasn't far gone. I mean, we went from 6-12 to 3 seed and went in 48 games.
Final question. Go ahead, Ian.
Kyle, when DeMar was asked yesterday about your future and whether you would leave, he said, why would he? Is there an answer to that question?
DeMar is DeMar. DeMar is DeMar. He's one of those guys that just, it's my brother, and you know, he says stuff like that all the time, and I make fun of him and I joke around with him. So, you know, but I love it. You know, I love him. I love the team. I love the way he, you know, he's grown as a player. Go ahead.
Is he as much a factor as anything in
Yeah. Play with a guy who's an all-star. Play with a guy who's on his way to being a superstar. A guy that's, you know, learning to do it on both ends of the floor. I mean, why wouldn't you want to play with that? Why wouldn't you want to be on a team with a guy like that? I mean, if you can go around the league and find a guy like that, you would want to play with him.
Go ahead, Michael.
DeMar yesterday, he said he credited you for making him better, pushing him to levels he didn't know he had. How do you feel about that responsibility? As much as DeMar is the all-star here, a lot of people look at you as a leader, as sort of the heart and soul. Is that a role you appreciate?
It was just something that, you know, I wanted to win, and I just wanted to go out there and do my job, and my job was if it was to push DeMar and to points to where he didn't think he'd get to, that was my job. If it was to push myself to points I didn't think I can get to, it was my job. If it was to keep, you know, Julian and D-Bikes working hard, that was my job. If I had to do what I had to do, then that's what I was going to do. And this year, you know, I've grown. I've gotten a lot better. And, you know, it's not done. I'm going to grow more, and I'm going to get a lot better.
Do you enjoy that role?
I love it.